Yeah. Snow, Ramon, E3 Press Conference 2013, PlayStation Conference. I can't say 4. It's in there, but I can't say 4.
Yeah, there was a lot in there.
Yeah. So, starting from the top, because it was pretty deep. My notes on this one is pretty long.
There was a lot.
So I'm going to try not to make this a long video. I owe you guys for the PlayStation meeting one. That shit was almost an hour. That was almost an hour, and we almost gave you an hour, right? Yeah. And in retrospect, we might have gave them an hour on the Xbox One reveal. We just cut the video up. I'm not cutting this shit up. Alright? You gonna get this work. Starting with the Vita. Batman AO, Killzone Merc, AC versions of God of War 1 and 2, Final Fantasy X plus 10x2, Dead Nation, for all you zombie motherfuckers out there.
Wait, X1, X2 getting bundled, or are they two separate titles? I think they're getting bundled, right?
They might be getting bundled.
I think they're getting bundled.
They might be getting
which
bundled.
Which is
good.
That's about a good 120 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
So I'll rock out with that.
Dead Nation, the PSN exclusive game, now being brought down to the Vita, and I actually think that's a very excellent game to put on the Vita.
Okay.
And it is zombies, and it does have multiplayer, etc., and it's story based.
Everybody loves zombies.
Not multiplayer, co-op. Yeah, everybody loves zombies. Speaking of zombies, Walking Dead 400 Days plus season 1 is also going down there, and more will be coming out in the future. And I think today that we're covering this conference, which was yesterday, but today there was more information on the Walking Dead 400 Days, etc., etc. So
that was a good one.
Yeah, so give us some more time on that one. The Vita Eco has outright been claimed in this conference, something that we've said, something I've told you.
Which why I didn't sell mine yet?
1-to-1 with the P4.
Sony made it mandatory. They made crossplay mandatory.
It is a companion. It'll be interesting to see how other tablet shit plays out, because to be honest with you, if I'm playing Battlefield 4, you might have seen that other videos, if I'm playing Battlefield 4 and this Vita's here for like the commander mode and all that other stuff, that'd be cool. Alright? Streams with remote play and more apps are coming to help with both. So that's cool. Off that, now we're going into the P3 port. No new console, don't worry about it. But The Last of Us comes out Friday on my birthday. You already seen the reviews. You seen my last video talking about don't trust the reviews, including myself.
He ain't even touched the demo yet.
The game is going to be hot. So they didn't spend too much time on it, so I'm going to move forward.
I'm going to buy it.
You going to buy it?
I'm going to buy it.
I want you to play this game.
I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm game flying that shit. No disrespect.
I know. It's kind of hard to invest in that when...
No, not even. I'm paying for GameFly. I don't use it.
Right.
And I've been meaning to, like, goddamn it, I'm going to use this.
Right.
So, this is perfect.
Puppeteer. I feel like Puppeteer is going to be one of these games that a lot of people are going to jump ship to go to the next console, and this is going to be one of those nice hits that Sony actually is going to need for the kid division. But it's also perfect timing with the $200 to $300 console of the P3, and this is going to be a good title. Don't get it
looks good.
It looks good.
I heard a lot of people like chattering about it.
Yeah.
So.
Rain, 2013.
That's a long coming one right there.
Rain is going to be...
Is there a date for it?
Just says fall 2013.
Okay.
Beyond Two Souls, October 8th. I'm waiting for that game. Same people who made Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy on the PS2, and for now for the PS4, The Sorcerer. And I'll get to that later.
That shit was dope.
Yeah. GT6, I'm going to make a quick comment on that. New engine, new physics engine, new tire model, new suspension model, new aerodynamics, adaptive Tesla, new rendering engine. But here's my issue with that. The Gran Turismo 6 was underserved. A while ago in one of our 2 GT6 videos, I said, hey, we gotta wait to E3.
Right.
E3's here, the press conference here. One of your biggest selling franchises, you didn't get really no light. You just gave a trailer and you didn't even get real gameplay. And it's the day after the conference, and I still, for that and another game that I'm gonna comment on later, there's still no actual gameplay.
Now you understand my frustrations with that.
I hear that. but I thought they had it under control. And
I don't think it's
to be
Sony.
fair,
Sony.
to be fair, there's 2 more days left for shit to pop out, but that was the stage to do it on.
You had to.
So
Microsoft was parading around Forza. What the hell?
So now I'm a little right. So moving along, Batman AO, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins. Looks good. I don't really want to talk about it. I'm waiting for that game. That's gonna be another game, another October release game. PlayStation content is a little exclusive. We get Nightfall DLC and a 1960s costume, so that's pretty cool. Now, PlayStation 4. Starting with the unveil. I didn't really like the way they unveiled it, but the body. My first reaction was, holy shit, they're like a PS2. And it's linked to Xbox One.
That was my reaction. I was laughing my ass off.
No, I was laughing, but that's what I said.
Nothing against the console.
Right.
The fact that people applied so much pressure to the Xbox that this thing looked like the Xbox, and it was like, wow.
And there's no way they copied it.
They didn't copy. No, that's just how design is.
That's what the design is today.
And we talked about that. That's modern design.
Right.
But it was so hysterical to me to see how much pressure people put on the 360.
Right.
And here goes the PlayStation 4. And it was like, you see why you should shut the fuck up and stop trolling? You see?
Right.
But what's crazy is people are like, oh, it's beautiful. Whatever, man. The shit looks good. It looks good.
So that was that, and immediately after, Sony started flexing. Sorry, PlayStation invited Sony on stage. I hope you caught what I said. And Sony started flexing their entertainment muscles.
Yep.
SPE said that they're creating some stuff. There's gonna be some exclusive content, original programming, yada yada, etc., etc. Right. Moving along, streaming apps. They're going to increase it from what you already know. I said this before. Mm-hmm. Whatever was on the P3 streaming wise is going to be over there. Yeah. Adding Crackle, which I think Sony owns a piece of. Flickster, more Flickster. There's music and video upgrades.
Everything's going to be there.
Everything's going to be there. Important one to point out is the Redbox Instant.
No one has that. No one got that yet, right?
And the reason why I'm pointing this out because I stay talking about there must be some random beef between Verizon and PlayStation, or is it Verizon and Sony? And I separate the two names for a specific reason. And whatever that is, it's pretty good. Then there's another one called Live Events Viewer, which is basically pay-per-view and on demand. I can't wait for more information to come out about that. I'm not worried about it for the Xbox One because it is connected to your cable service, so blah. You get what I'm saying? Next bullet point that they went through real quickly was the Worldwide Studios, and if you're unfamiliar with that, the WWS that's pretty much everything under the Sony umbrella in-house.
Okay.
Worldwide Studios, 30 games in development for the PS4.
Nice.
20 available in the first year. 12 of them are new IPs.
Those are big ambitions.
Right. And it didn't say how many. They didn't really specify if the 12 new IPs are going to be part of that 20 in the first year or just in general. You get what I'm saying? Either way, Sony has IPs out the ass like Nintendo do. Fucking Nintendo. You get what I'm saying? Like they have IPs out the ass.
Use them.
Let's get to the games. The Order 1886 by Santa Monica Studios, I think it was, looks pretty good.
It does.
That was in engine. The guy I saw the live stream today. He didn't want to go too much. There might be a multiplayer. He didn't want to give up no details, and he said we gotta leave it up to PlayStation to do it. And for him, because he wanted to keep his job, that's the right thing to say. It's the right thing to say. But the game looked pretty good. It looked like it could have been a game that could have just showed up on multi-platform, and it's kind of crazy to see that locked to by in-house studio. So, right. And it's Santa Monica Studios. If it's them, I think it's one of their B teams. Killzone Shadow Falls.
Right. I feel like this game has no fucking identity whatsoever.
I don't recall seeing any gameplay footage. I even went back. It was more of what we seen. Another trailer.
Yeah, it was like a trip, but I suppose it was like in-game footage. But
that will be available at launch. Infamous Second Son will be Q1 2014.
That looks to be the biggest thing coming. I like that.
You like that?
I like the way that looks.
The Second Son.
Because I played the one before it.
Right.
And I got halfway through. I was like, oh, it's cool.
Right.
I just sort of like, but it was good.
And this is technically would be like the 4th Infamous game.
Yeah, I like how they do that.
Right. The thing about this one that I caught on really quick from this event was I didn't pick up on it in February. Is that the art style and the art style and the tone of the game is different.
It's like a DMC remake. That's why I really like it.
Yeah.
It got a lot more flair to it now.
Right. So let's see how that works, and that's why it's called Infamous Second Son and not Infamous 3. Remember when I tell you about the offhand games?
Yeah,
Good way to test shit out. Knack, which is going to be geared at the preteens, looks pretty good. Also available at launch. Drive Club will be available at launch, and I want to say something about Drive Club.
Something special about Drive Club.
You showed me footage in February of Drive Club. You didn't show me no footage this time, and even after the conference, I'm gonna try to keep this at the conference. Even after the conference, we went digging for footage. You had digging. Guys on those guys was on the PlayStation stream, they was on IGN stream, and they was on Rev 3. And they talked about the game, but they didn't show the game. What the fuck?
Do they not have a booth? Because I'm still not seeing gameplay.
They have a booth, but they're just talking about the game and
no
only
one's
showing.
it?
No one's. They're to me, what it seems like, what is coming across is that they're not showing the footage.
Okay.
But what they keep talking about is this connectivity thing, and now I'm tired of hearing you. And I'm not trying to be funny. I want to see the game.
Agreed.
I want to see a straight up like Forza did. Dude ran a track. I don't care if you just show me one lap.
Right.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't care if it's just one lap. I just want to see. Actually, what I told PlayStation on Twitter was, yo, can you just do a visual representation of all that connectivity shit that they're doing? Especially now that I've seen
on a fucking flow chart.
Yeah, like a flow chart. Like especially now that I've seen games like The Crew, and Need for Speed Rivals.
Yeah.
Although I know that's not in the same thing, but what those games have is connectivity.
Yeah, you're gonna see that next gen vision.
So,
but let's not get off of that yet.
Okay.
Available day one for free. The PS Plus edition. Right. Not sure what that means, but it's free.
Right. You know what I think the PS Plus edition is?
A few cars missing.
What the Forza 4 Essentials edition is.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's still.
Because that's
even,
a package.
Even if you go with another launch titles, let's say you can only get one game.
Okay.
You can still get a good chunk of that game.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's good? Because I want that Crew game. Let's just say the Crew game comes out maybe within the first 2 months. I don't have to spend money on the car game because I'm already a PlayStation Plus user.
Correct.
I can still continue to buy my Need for Speed Rivals and just have 3 car games.
Correct.
And then I can talk shit. So, yeah, Drive Club at launch. The Dark Sorcerer, which is the Quantic Dream game, which was the demo where they showed the old man face.
I love
that game looked crazy with the real in-game engine.
I don't get the point of the game.
I don't get it yet either.
But I like the way they delivered it.
Yeah.
Was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, he said shit.
Right.
I was like, the
cut.
Fuck? I was like, yo.
And it was
like the little dude was like, really, dude? You had me going. It's like, what the fuck?
Right. So I thought
I was all in.
Yeah, I was all in. And then they broke the third wall in a way, and I was like,
and it was looking good.
And it was looking good. So
I'm all in.
Yeah. The Witness was mentioned. It was first mentioned for PS4, and then I think it's going to be everywhere else. So we already spoke about The Witness prior, so I'm not going to get into that. Transistor, which is from the makers of Bastion. It's an indie game via 2014. That's incoming. One of the big things, speaking of indies, was they actually, on stage, Sony put the indies on stage, including one guy he called out. He called out one. I forget what he said. I forget which one it was. But he called out one and was like, yeah, this guy said he probably would never make it to the door of PlayStation, so I just threw his ass on stage with his game, you know? And,
very empowering. Good call.
And they all look pretty good. Don't Starve, Mercenary something,
right.
Octodad, which was like one of those little funny games. But that's what the indie games bring, the fun, out of the box type shit. Ray of the Dead or Ray's Dead, Outlast, which looked like Slender Man.
You know what indie games remind me of? An entire era of Super Nintendo.
I remember that.
When there were no AAA blockbuster games.
Right.
There was just a bunch of random shit you bought and had fun with.
Yeah.
This is what indie game represents.
Right. And indie games, you know what else indie games also represent to me too? Dude, the gameplay. Fuck the story.
Yeah.
Just give us some fun to play.
Something to play.
Outlast, like I said, looks like a fucking well-in-depth version of Slender Man from the quick thing that they showed. Galaxy, which reminds me of my favorite side-scroller shooters, R-Type and Gradius. But they called it an open world side-scroller, which fucking blows my mind. How do you make an open world side-scroller? Like, I kind of fucked me over real quick. And something about Oddworld inhabitants, or was it tasty?
They didn't say much, but it was there.
The one thing about seeing Oddworld down there is good to see Oddworld. I hate to see it in an indie game because it found a home on PlayStation originally. And he said, welcoming back Oddworld to the play, but it just still feels wrong. Oddworld,
it does.
It's like seeing a Legacy of Kain down there. You get what I'm saying? Like that kind of hurts.
Legacy of Kain, Oddworld, and Crash.
Yeah, it kind of weird to see that.
Those are those things and Tomb Raider are associated with PlayStation.
Right. So we're going to jump off that. Diablo 3 is also coming to PS4 and PS3. Diablo fans, y'all holler at me about that. I'm not too excited about that game.
I think they're still busy playing it on the PC. They don't give a shit.
Right. Also, Drake and Drake from Uncharted and somebody else will have some exclusive something going on. And
a spinoff?
No. Like some costumes. I don't know. Something from Drake Uncharted is gonna be like a costume or something inside Diablo 3. I didn't catch it all. Final Fantasy Versus 13 is now rebranded as 15.
Okay.
And yes, it is going to both consoles. Undercut, the exclusive one, is Final Fantasy 14.
Was that the crazy trailer, the gameplay we saw?
No, that was like the drill.
Okay.
And that's going to be a P3, P4 exclusive. Mm-hmm. And then they showed us Kingdom Hearts 3, which is going to both consoles. But it was nice that it was announced on PlayStation because that's where
Sony should have tried their damnedest.
They should,
lock that
but
in.
I think this is where that $15 billion or $1 billion thing that we talked about over there on Microsoft to help free that up. But he's right. They should have spent mad money to keep
they should have did
Kingdom
what they
Hearts
had to do to
keep that on one side. I agree. I totally agree. And that's a game that I don't play.
That's a game. Even if you want to be a dick, they should have kept that on the Vita. That would have sold Vitas. Speaking of problems moving Vitas.
Right.
That Kingdom Hearts, everybody would have been in GameStop.
Shit, I would have made the HD remix. Part of that motherfucking
that would
Vita
have moved Vitas as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to see Kingdom Hearts.
So, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag actually had actual gameplay on the PlayStation 4 segment. And my god, that shit looked fucking good.
Until it fucked up.
And we're gonna get into that real quick. That game looked good to the point where, remember when we was at PAX and I was like, no, this is not Tomb Raider on PC. Her fucking hair had a life of its own. Yeah. Why do I want to play this shit on my console?
It looked better than that. It looked better than that.
Yo, it looked like a PC game.
Yeah.
It looked like a not if there's 5 settings, low, medium, normal,
ultra.
And then ultra. It looked like right there. Not quite the ultra. It looked ultra because we are watching it from a stream.
Yeah.
At the highest quality that we are streaming it from. But we won't really be able to tell until we get really up on it. But it looked like that one step below ultra on PC.
You know what I loved? What I noticed?
Specific cards. Don't troll. Don't be a dickhead PC player.
I noticed right away the fluidity and the randomness that was going on, because it's always been fluid, but
it's never been that fluid.
Right, and I don't mean him.
Right.
I mean the shit going
everything
on around him.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's the prowess of Next Generation. I was
right.
like, yes.
So now to the point he brought up earlier. We'll touch this for real quick. This started the thing, Lag Station. Lag Station 4. Was it the Lag Station 4 or was it the game?
No, it was a game.
So
It was a game.
I hope it was a game.
Fucking game. Just like a 10-minute cut of a real game that probably not even alpha yet.
I hope it was a game.
No, it was
because that's not something you want on your tech demo.
Not everything else was lagging.
Right, because Watch Dogs, which came right after it, which they showed a whole new part of that shit, was running fantastic.
There you go.
So, Watch Dogs gameplay on PS4, I think, maybe the PS3 version as well. It gets 1 hour plus gameplay and an outfit, whatever that means. NBA 2K14. If you don't know, you know how I feel about this. When new consoles come out, I don't play that sports game. I play the one prior to it. Visually, that shit look crazy. That looked like LeBron James, even down to the little.
His hairline was exact on that shit.
It looked pretty. It looked very impressive. Way better than the Shaq upgrade.
Look at the sweat on the jersey. Look at the
glistening. Look at the glistening. Look at the shorts and the shirt. It looked way better than that.
It was good.
That was impressive back then.
That was confirmation that we're there in the next generation.
Right. So and all the other faces that they kind of show, I think they showed Kobe. God damn it, they look like Kobe behind him.
It's scary. It's scary.
Elder Scrolls Online. Yes, I mentioned it on the console. Elder Scrolls Online. What the fuck? This is letting you know that we're stepping up in as far as consoles go. Like, the only thing I mentioned this for the PlayStation because they decided to mention it on stage, but the beta comes to PlayStation first, and we've been doing PlayStation in general has been doing pretty good with getting betas.
Well, betas, yeah.
Mad Max was turned into a fucking game.
Man,
I felt the same way. I liked the trailer, but I was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know why people were like so excited about it. It's a trailer about a movie you probably never even seen.
That was my point. In my NES days had a lot of fucking games that had movies, and a lot of those games were actually pretty good, and a lot of them sucked at the same time.
Mad Max was probably one of them.
Mad Max was a movie that Willow had a fucking game, which is a very legendary Nintendo game, NES game. Mad Max is one of those games where they probably skipped out on it because they didn't have the technology to make that game work. Just like when The Matrix came out as a video game,
yeah,
we had the capacity to do it, but we didn't have the technology to do it. I think that game should have never came out. Matrix should have been coming out now, especially when you look at shit like Watch Dogs.
You know why I'm not excited about it?
Mad Max.
I feel like, and I've seen the movie quite a few times.
Seen the movie too.
I feel like it's going to pay homage to the movie in every way.
You know what it needs to do?
It won't be an innovative game on its own.
You know what it needs to be? An MMO.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Just like Warriors.
I'll buy that.
You know what I'm saying?
But
there needs to be no story. It needs to just be an environment.
Okay, I'm with you. But I feel like Mad Max could also work like Watch Dogs.
An environment.
Other than that, I don't see why people are so fucking excited about this.
Right.
I ain't see nothing about it.
When you see the Ubisoft game, the Division, you're gonna be like, that's gonna be Mad Max. That should have been Mad Max. Not it's gonna be. That's what it should have been.
And let's be fair, we don't know, so we can't.
Yeah, we don't know. So
I just don't get.
It was one of those things that was like, what the fuck is this? I know what Mad Max is. He knows what Mad Max is, but I'm not sure. Anyway.
It's like a Snake Plissken game.
Yeah.
Snake Plissken! What the fuck do you even know? Like, whatever, carry on.
Whatever. Fucking ice climbers. So, PlayStation 4, the final part of this is where everybody started going fucking ape shit. Out the back was like, yo, PlayStation 4 supports used games, no DRM.
Right.
If you listen to the wording of that, not how I said it, go back and watch the wording of it. Remember, they corporate guys. Mm-hmm. So basically, they were saying, use games equal, trade it, lend it, sell it, keep it. Crowd goes wild. No online authentication of any kind. Crowd goes wild.
Crowd went wild.
X-Chat, cross-chat was mentioned in there. People didn't really catch it.
Crowd did not go wild.
Downloading and installing while playing in the background. That's stuff that we heard at Feb 20.
Crowd did not go wild.
Share.
Didn't go wild.
They didn't show it. They didn't get into it. Like, as quick
But
as
you
I'm saying
mentioned-
it, this is how they mention it. Stream to Ustream.
Get to your bullet point, sir.
Real friends. I don't
know what that means.
Right. And one of the goals mentioned is to be the best gaming network. Right? So let's get off that. Here's some other funny shit.
There was one more bullet point there.
What was that?
The online multiplayer.
Ah! You didn't
Carry
even
on.
get there.
Carry on.
Okay. So then they said PlayStation Plus going to carry over from your 3
Crowd
to the
clapped.
4. Crowd
Crowd
clapped. And rightfully so. That was nice. That was really nice. I enjoyed that.
That's a no-brainer.
So then they went through the bullet points of it, which is the first 4 of the 5 were correct. That 5th one,
Number 5.
immersive multiplayer online on PS4 under the benefits of PlayStation Plus, which means now this is the Xbox Live service.
Still
Now
no.
you have to pay
Right.
to play online. So that argument that I used to always use when I tell families about what's what and this, that, and third, that's gone.
Can I mention in 2003 they said they will never make you play
And I
to
said,
play online?
if we need to go find that, because I think they worded that to the PlayStation 3.
That's fine.
But even if they don't, we pull that clip. Oh,
But you know, there's no uproar about this, because even if we reverse 3 days before this announcement happened, up to this day, people will say,
online.
"Well, fuck
trading.
you! You gotta pay to play online.
Online.
I'm
Yep.
not paying to play online."
Yep.
This just happened. No word.
And you know why I'm not mad? Because I said it's right. It's the right thing to do. Because like we said, Xbox Live should have the PlayStation Plus on top of it to make people shut up.
Right.
And guess what? We got hit with the opposite in the same field, but with the opposite. Yeah, well, now we're just gonna add you to play multiplayer.
And I don't play my PlayStation, and I won't play my PlayStation 4, but I'm gonna play my $60 or my $50 for PlayStation Plus.
Right. And he's right about the uproar thing. That's real important, though. And this is called not fighting fair. But they did take another jab when they said that. Right after that, they said that you can use your streaming apps without the PlayStation Plus account,
Right.
which Microsoft has not said anything against for the
Yeah,
one.
and
But we know this is a known issue.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll change it. And tell you the truth, it's been that way. Why would they change it?
I mean, but that's kind of to me, it's a minor thing that they can fix.
I agree,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna pay $500 for my Xbox.
Right,
I paid $9 for my Roku.
right,
It's kind of like, what are you doing? Stop. But
Right.
this is one of those things I ingest as
Right,
an
right.
Xbox user.
right.
Whatever. It's not a problem.
It's what we know.
Right. I've dealt
So,
with it
whatever.
for long. So,
Right. Right.
not saying it's right.
Right. They didn't really say that the trophies will cross over.
They
We're
have
not really
to.
sure about that. It should, but
Which
we
might
don't
be
know.
a gray area because we don't even know if the games will cross over.
There's that cloud stuff that's coming 2014 sometime
Right.
that they didn't really speak about.
So maybe when that happens, then your trophy score gets boosted again. I don't know.
Possibly. And just to be clear with the PlayStation Plus account, it is across. It's a great value right now. Like, not only is it for the 4 coming,
3.
it's for your 3 now
And
the Vita. That's 3 in 1.
yes.
That's a
You'd
pretty
be a fool not to pay for it.
right. And as you mentioned earlier, along with the PlayStation Plus, to welcome you to the PS4 is you get Drive Club,
Right.
the PS Plus edition.
I'm all about that.
Um,
Are we gonna touch it on a new DRM thing?
hold on, I'm getting there. The Poncho game, Don't Starve, Outlast, is also going to be thrown in that PlayStation Plus deal for the P4 in the first few months. So we'll see how that work out. All 3 of those games are indie games. Destiny. They demoed Destiny.
Looks
Not an
really good.
exclusive, but they just demoed it.
Looks really
and
good.
my God,
I wish that game was cross-platform.
I think that was the first time we've actually seen footage of that game. Yes, PlayStation gets
away.
exclusive stuff, but I was pretty impressed with it. I
Could not
wasn't.
believe what I was
I'm
seeing.
interested in seeing the game. I wasn't. It's not on my radar to buy, but it's on my radar to fucking consume as much as I can without buying it. And this is starting to look like a buy just because You know, it looked really damn good.
That's the trend. So people can't build a proper shooter from the ground up. Dust. We've seen this time. The pedigree looks like some innovative figure from a team with clout leaves, goes somewhere else, and builds it again.
Right.
That seems to be the only way we're gonna break away from the monotony.
Right.
So, but I'm not complaining.
Right.
No. That was amazing.
Right. So, again, as I mentioned earlier, 140 games. Well, I didn't mention that part. 140 plus games coming in the first year of the PlayStation. 40 of them are slated to be Sony exclusives. Now, the final closing point to the conference was the price.
Crowd goes wild.
$400. Crowd goes wild. And they mentioned something about earn that trust.
We didn't go back to the DRM.
I wanted to get that last little quote out.
The trust?
Earn that trust.
Oh.
I just got it. I just got it out. Now we can go to the DRM part.
They didn't earn your trust.
After the conference was done, I know I'm supposed to be covering just the conference itself, but this is, I kind of want to touch this right now, is something that earn that trust was that last part of the quote, but then there's another quote that goes a while ago that says, Sony, quote, going to do the right thing.
Right.
End quote. You and I said there's no way EA Games is giving up on online passes like that, which, by the way, today we're shooting this on Tuesday. There's a slew of PlayStation updates that say the EA online passes are now free. They just launched today. There's no way they're giving up that much money. Now, in our Xbox video, we talk about how no one is paying attention to the one little blip in the DRM thing for Xbox, which is it's all to the publishers. After the fact of this conference, this man finds the information saying that no, it's up to the publishers. But the uproar is not the same.
No, it's not.
After the conference too, they had a little joke of
right. Here's how
this is how you share games on PlayStation. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And to their demise, that was funny.
That was funny. That handoff video was funny.
Yes.
But you was about to say something.
That pointed out exactly what made the Xbox completely different and valid to the PlayStation. Yeah. Because I don't want to hand a game to you. I want to share it with you from my cloud. Because Microsoft made the whole DRM thing to protect games on the cloud because you don't need a physical disc.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
So the entire deal with the publishers are the same across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the PlayStation guys heard this, everyone was sort of like, let me try to understand this. Let's read. So now they're reading. Oh, you ain't reading it right. It says here that it's the publishers and Sony's not the one doing it, dude. Meanwhile, they missed it.
Xbox One.
They missed it. You missed the point that no, you don't have DRM because you don't have the removal of a physical disc from your ecosystem. And I guarantee, if you tell me right now, if you could have that option, would you want that option?
To be able to jump into the way Xbox sold it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
If you could have the same restrictions, right? Because everyone loves the word restrictions now. If you could have these restrictions for the ability not to walk around,
I want it all.
There you go.
I want what Sony offers, and I still want to be able to give you the disc.
So, in your honest opinion, who has the better hand in this?
Futuristic wise, it'd be Xbox. Futuristic wise, yeah, it'd be Xbox. That's technology moving forward. I'm always.
I put it that way, and you can still get your disc.
Right.
Remember, this does not hurt the person that collects their disc or buys their games.
Right.
It doesn't hurt anybody actually. But whatever.
No one's getting hurt. Yeah.
All I'm saying is that video that they showed handing it off pretty much exposed Sony. Like, you're parading around on the stage that you're doing.
But considering that this is a E3 PlayStation thing that we're doing, that joke is well needed and it's going to go over everybody's head.
That's the point. But brilliant move.
Before they move. So
they move.
The one thing I wanted to say about my thoughts on the conference, and I'll probably end up saying this again in my overall thing of the whole press day, was that I was expecting more details on the console, more interface, just more. You know, they didn't go too much into once the thing was going, and they were showing a lot of trailers and a few gameplay. The gameplay towards the end, which was I appreciated the fuck out of that. But I kind of wanted them to say, okay, let's turn on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And whatever that insignia is, just so I can have that embedded in my head, you know, and just what it is to start up a game.
Right.
More elaboration on what the Friends thing is going to be, because Xbox is going to 1,000. Or am I stuck at 100? Because if I'm stuck at 100, that's a problem.
Not that. They're not going to do that.
So I can't even do 200, to be honest with you.
Nah.
Battlefield alone is going to get me another 50 friends.
They're not going to stick you at 100. Come on.
But I like the conference, but I didn't leave full.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I didn't leave full. It left me with more questions.
Right.
And that's not a bad thing, but I just wish they would.
They weren't bad questions.
Now, here's the thing that I was saying before. That tech demo at Xbox, at least I know what the shit looks like.
Right.
In somewhat theory. And you might be saying, well, Snow, they showed you some of that in February 20th. Not really.
No.
So I just wanted to see more. That's it. I'm not beefing about it. I just wanted to see more.
That was part of my whole takeaway from it.
And they didn't announce the hard drive situation there either. We had to find out after the fact.
After. And I think that had something to do with the price. So they dropped the price because they just wanted to beat Microsoft, and they'll figure out what they cut later.
Which is probably the hard drive.
Right. Because my heart, I feel like they had a terabyte ready to go.
I think they had a terabyte too.
They had a terabyte ready to go.
I think it was a terabyte too. And you know what? I'm going to put a terabyte back in that bitch.
Yeah. Because it is removable.
It's removable.
Good job on that.
So yeah, excellent job on that one.
My takeaway was I felt like I was watching a Microsoft conference. Because everything that they stopped to put energy on was available on the Xbox. And that's not what I wanted to see. When I watch a Sony conference, I expect to see shit like Little Big Planet, Drake, Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? Like, these are games I don't usually get to see. I don't want to see games that I'm going to see. Right. That was one. And two, the experience of the console when you turn it on is a big deal to me. And that's why I was shocked to see Microsoft put so much emphasis on how they design what the experience looked like. And I'm just like, okay, what does Sony have? Like, that's a big deal to me.
Right.
I want to see what it is. But we didn't. I think it'll probably be something like XMB or some of the shit you showed me, which is fine.
Yeah.
No quarrels. But other than that, I wasn't terribly impressed with it. But they, at the end of the day, they did what they had to do with the price.
And this is
our DRM.
Our tone does not take away from the uppercuts and all this other stuff. No. Because at the end of the day, the one thing that you guys are missing from this entire thing, and I fucking hate this every year, even when Sega was alive, stop making it a versus thing.
Yeah.
If this particular year, even if I throw Nintendo Wii in there, the Wii U in there, dude, this shit is about games.
It is.
All three of them is about games. If you can find a way in this 10-year span to have all three in your house, do it.
Well, hold on. You're getting crazy. I'm not putting no fucking Wii in my house.
He's putting a Wii U in his house.
Not putting Wii, unless they find a way to get the tablet shit to be the Wii U.
You guys haven't seen that video we did with Wii U, right?
Watch it.
Go to the end, the last 10 minutes of that video. He's buying a Wii U. I'm telling you.
Fuck you. Yeah, but Sony, where they at? They came out with the upper hand because of the price and the no DRM thing. That's where they need to be.
I'm all about the games.
And no one gives them credit for this. PlayStation 3 was $700. PlayStation 4, $400. Good job.
Great job. And one SKU. Didn't we call that out in the Apes?
Yeah.
Somebody's watching our videos. Yo, we out.